This is every twisted way Mr. Krabs squeezes money out of everyone around him. Watch until the end, because one episode we'll cover today is so brutal, so shocking, you won't want to look away. In Squid on Strike, Mr. Krabs turns work into a game nobody can win. Standing up, talking, breathing, everything costs money. SpongeBob and Squidward aren't just flipping patties, they're paying for the privilege of existing while they work. On the surface it's funny, but the mechanics are brutal. Nothing they do creates real reward. Each movement is measured, each word weighed, and each breath is a transaction. When Squidward tries to resist, even for a moment, Krabs responds with mockery, intimidation, and rules enforced without mercy. Obedience isn't optional. It's a currency that keeps the system running. The Krusty Krab becomes a pressure cooker, where every action serves the boss, and the workers are trapped in a cycle they don't control. SpongeBob keeps going, Squidward keeps grumbling, and Krabs keeps counting coins. It's a loop that never ends, and the joke is just a cover for something much harsher. In Graveyard Shift, the Krusty Krab never sleeps. Mr. Krabs pushes SpongeBob and Squidward to work around the clock for a few extra pennies. Fatigue builds, paranoia grows, and every sound, every flicker in the empty restaurant becomes terrifying. The hash-slinging slasher story creeps into their minds, turning the night into a hallucination. Work isn't just physical, it becomes mental pressure. Mental collapse is real, and Mr. Krabs doesn't care. He counts the money, ignores exhaustion, ignores limits. SpongeBob survives, Squidward complains, Krabs pockets the extra cash, but the strain stays. And the laughter hides how fragile everyone really is, just waiting for the next shift to crush them. In Born Again Krabs, Mr. Krabs reaches a whole new level of obsession. He almost dies, and for a moment seems thoughtful, maybe even sorry, but then he does the unthinkable. He sells SpongeBob's soul for 62 cents. Loyalty, trust, friendship, even life itself, all reduced to coins. The Flying Dutchman hands over the money, and just like that, the deal is done. Everything that should matter, everything that holds meaning in Bikini Bottom, is now just a transaction. SpongeBob's endless devotion, Squidward's grumbling, even the bonds that tie the town together, bought and sold in a single moment. The scene makes you laugh at first, yes, but look closer, and it's terrifying. It shows a world where moral and emotional value can be traded like items on a shelf. The joke covers it with humor, but underneath, it's a lesson in how far obsession with money can go before it touches everything. In Penny Foolish, Mr. Krabs becomes obsessed with one tiny lost penny. He sneaks, spies, and stalks SpongeBob, turning the whole environment into his personal control zone. Every step SpongeBob takes, every little pause, every blink is measured against Krabs' greed. Money stops being a tool. It becomes the center of everything, an idol, and everyone bends to it. SpongeBob goes along, doing his job, completely unaware that he's caught in a web of obsession. The episode is funny, but the way Krabs manipulates, monitors, and dominates is sharp, exact, and more than a little unsettling. And when the chase finally ends, the penny is gone, but the feeling that someone, somewhere, is still watching, that the obsession never really ends, stays with you. The humor masks it, but the machinery of control hums in the background, invisible but unstoppable. In The Scent of Money, Gary the Snail becomes a literal worker. Mr. Krabs forces him to sniff out every coin across all of Bikini Bottom, and every single motion, every sniff, every ounce of energy is being used for Krabs' profit. SpongeBob helps without realizing it, following orders, doing the labor, while all the rewards go straight to Mr. Krabs. No creature is too innocent, no bit of energy too small to escape exploitation. Krabs pushes harder, ignoring the snail's fatigue, his mind blinded by the glitter of coins. By the end, Gary is treated less like a pet and more like a money machine. It's not even about business anymore, it's about obsession. Obsession so great that the word evil is too nice of a word to describe Mr. Krabs' true nature. In Selling Out, Mr. Krabs takes greed to another level. He sells the Krusty Krab to a giant corporate chain. The restaurant is no longer his little empire. It's now part of a bigger, soulless system. The new bosses change everything, replacing the unique charm of the Krusty Krab with rigid rules and flashy branding. SpongeBob still flips patties with the same passion, but now it's scripted, fake, designed to please shareholders instead of customers. Mr. Krabs smiles at the money, the deal done, while the workers, creativity, individuality, and enthusiasm are swallowed by the new regime. In Fear of a Krabby Patty, Mr. Krabs becomes obsessed with running the Krusty Krab at all costs. Plankton's psychological tricks drive him into overdrive, and suddenly SpongeBob is cooking nonstop for weeks. There is no rest, no pause. Every patty, every fry is pushed through relentless effort. SpongeBob begins to break down, mentally and physically, while Krabs watches the pennies roll in. The stakes are hidden in the cartoon fun, but the mechanism is clear. Overwork becomes a weapon, and the cost isn't measured in dollars, it's insanity. The workers' limits are ignored, their exhaustion treated as irrelevant, collateral damage in the pursuit of profit. And even after the nightmare shift ends, everything resets, the restaurant opens, the work continues, and Krabs' obsession remains. In Krusty Krab training video, Mr. Krabs becomes something bigger and scarier, the face of a system. The whole episode is framed as a corporate propaganda tape, showing how to succeed by serving the Krusty Krab. The narrator worships Krabs, rise from nothing, glorifying his greed as genius. SpongeBob's enthusiasm becomes the blueprint for the perfect worker. Obedient, energetic, and endlessly cheerful. Every second of motivation hides manipulation. The jokes about training and teamwork are just distractions from the real story, one man building an empire from the unpaid joy of others. It's a satire of business, yes, but it hits close to home. Krabs' fortune depends on keeping everyone smiling while they break their backs. The final freeze frame on his grin isn't funny anymore, it's disturbing. It's the smile of a man who's turned happiness itself into labor, and no one even notices. Finally, in Shell of a Man, everything catches up to Mr. Krabs. His greed has devoured his pride, his identity, and even his body. When his old Navy buddies visit, he's terrified they'll see what he's become. He hides his molted shell, desperate to look powerful and rich, but under it all, he's hollow, fragile, and scared. SpongeBob tries to help him rebuild his confidence, but Krabs can't separate who he is from what he owns. Without his money, he believes he's nothing. It's tragic and haunting. The once mighty sailor is now a slave to his own wealth, an empty husk pretending to be whole. His laughter sounds forced, his smile is painted on, and the shell he hides behind is more than just skin. It's a prison. When the episode ends, he's standing tall again, but it's not victory, it's denial. The greed didn't leave, it just moved deeper inside, where it can rot unseen. The humor fades, the room feels colder, and you realize Mr. Krabs isn't chasing money anymore. He's become it, and that's just how far Mr. Krabs will go for money. Every scheme, every trick, every ounce of greed shows the lengths he'll push to grow his fortune, no matter who gets hurt along the way. We see it again and again. Like a blueprint for greed, Krabs measures every action, every breath, every mistake as a potential profit. SpongeBob, Squidward, Gary, even Plankton are all caught in cycles of exploitation, often without realizing it. And the more the episodes go on, the darker it gets. If you enjoyed seeing just how twisted his obsession can get, make sure to hit like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.